James, from the time he was very little, always, I don't know whether it was he was very fortunate or very lucky or it was a skill of his own, but he always had the ability to gravitate or get or have really nice people around him. He always had wonderful friends, as evidenced by all these people who come from Bulgaria and all over the world. And but I think with Teresa, he's really outdone himself this time. And really, it's important, I think, to acknowledge that the family has, I mean, both families, I mean, come from such a distance. I mean, we've had people coming from the UK, we have people coming from all over the United States and further. I mean, Darren's come from Germany, and, you know, and countless other people, which, you know, come from a great distance to be here, which I think is a real tribute to both James and Teresa, just because, you know, it's a real effort to come here, but just to look around and see all this, it's really nice. Oh, right, all right. I made a gesture too. So, anyway, so one of the questions I always got, which was, what sort of traditions come out of the family? So now I'm going to have a bunch of things to talk about here. Hopefully I won't bore too many of you. But I will talk about, there is a, what did I do? This is part of the act, actually. Oh, and I have it. All right. It went to the bottom, of course. There's a symbol, a Chinese symbol called, which was on my parents' wedding cake. And my father made a similar symbol when Ann and I got married, more than a few years ago. And it means double happiness. And when Ann and I got married, my father made one out of bread. Unfortunately, I don't have his level of artistic skill. So, but I had found something in a store. But, you know, I think we have that. All right. Okay. All right. And I think when marriages happen, you really are passing on the torch on you. The next generation, you know, is coming along, and so, and actually, I'll tell you a funny story. When Ann and I got married, her father gave me a set of Wedgwood cufflinks, and which I never wore because I didn't have any shirts with French cuffs. But when the plans were being made, I got an email that James was going to have a shirt with French cuffs, so I sent them to him, and he'll be wearing them tomorrow, I hope.
Yay.
So anyway, and so we have a few more traditions to hand on. I hope I get this right. This particular one is for Teresa. It's something we reminded us of her. It's something made out of something called sea glass, which I hope signifies her love of the sea. And you know, and we had a lovely ride with Jim on the riverways here yesterday. But it's just something that reminded us both of Ann and I of Teresa. Well, we did that on purpose, you know. Was that the wrong present? Is that? And this is for James. This is actually one thing I got passed from the Wollaston side of the family was a gold watch that belonged to my, and correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, this is from a watch that was owned by my father-in-law's brother. So it's an old watch. It's nothing, but it's a gold watch, and it was last fixed in England in 1957. And it's a lot older than that, I think. But we just had it fixed. First we had to have it fixed in 2011. Oh, and it comes with, I know, this is actually a cigar puncher that goes on the chain. But you have to wind it up. It's a wine watch, and it's not a digital watch, but and the cigar puncher, if you ever smoke cigars again, which I know you never did. And the last thing, when we're trying to think, I really did get pressed for a lot of family traditions. So I said, what would be a good thing to have for Teresa that would signify a family tradition? And so, what else would there be except a baseball glove with the Boston Red Sox insignia? It's not broken in yet, but I thought, it's again something you can do together, have a catch. And of course, now the last thing, James wasn't always known as James. And so the last present here, I used to coach Little League Baseball, and if you've ever done that or anything, you get signed mementos from the team. And so you'll see he wasn't always known as James. There was a time he was called Jamie Q.
Jamie Q!
From now on, you shall be Jamie Q. I don't know. I think he was 7, maybe. Yeah, he was about 7 at that time, I think. So anyway, and so with that, we have a little, I think, a musical thing here. So,
Number. Yeah.
Yeah. We've been told to sing this song.
Okay. Well, I just want to get far enough back so I can get them all in the. Here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, lean on your chair.
Lean on too. Thank you. Happy birthday, everyone. Sir, James, so no, it's.